Then you're looking at a scenario where you're watching a Wicso series, where you just started watching a Wicso series, but you accidentally clicked on episode 96. So yeah, we got the own empire. Yeah, I don't really know why I'm doing this video. I just thought I thought it'd just be cool. Want to see the alliances? Here they are. You have like a Central European Economic and Defensive Alliance. You have alliance over here. You have an alliance over here. Okay, let's look at these nations. So there's a lot of big countries over here. Don't know why this exists. Russia's big. You have a Chinese nation, which is huge. This is part of China. This is part of China. This is part of China. You got this huge country here. You got Australia, which is, I think, colonized by this Indian team, actually. Let's go over here. Let me explain some of the law a little bit. So these guys here, all these countries here, were part of Spain's colonial empire, and they just broke away. They just broke away. So we'll see what happens with them. Also, this is gonna be a kind of longer video than my usual one. It's probably 24, 26 minutes. You have this as a colony of these guys. France has a huge colony in in Canada, South Northern Brazil, and a huge area in Africa here. Where is this France? No, the United Kingdom has a huge colony in Africa, like right here, this United Kingdom, and in Brazil. Well, alright. So now let's hop into this scenario. I think I get some of the law. Oh, and also let me explain why some of these alliances were made. Okay. One second. Okay. So this Square Alliance here was, made. Also, this was made, due to this O Alliance being formed because, some tensions are forming. Yeah. And also, the Central European Alliance here was used to be an economic one, and then they all decided, like, you know what, let's do an economic and defensive alliance. So the Squid team hates the O Alliance, and these guys just do not care, but they do have some tensions with the O Alliance, so they kind of agree with the Squares. Yes, but they do have some tensions on the other part. Alright, so what we're gonna be doing, also, I want to explain this Balkan nation. This Balkan nation here, is pretty big. These guys used to own this country here, which we'll say broke away in episode 90. I guess it's like 1,000 episodes, I guess. I don't know why. This country broke away recently. There was a huge war. These guys took some of these guys' land, but in general, well, they didn't really do much here. Not much at all, actually. Now, there's the Roman nation here, which has some tensions with the Central European guys, but doesn't really care anymore. So let's go, bro. Let's go over here, yeah, and we will be seeing the start of a major conflict, like in this Central American region here. Dude, I sometimes wish, Paint Dynamic would just, actually like work correctly. I don't know why. But yeah, we're gonna see these guys actually enter their forces. Yeah, yeah. These guys will enter. Let me make sure I'm the right layer. Okay. These guys will enter in their fort. Whoa. Dang, if this is a lag. These guys will enter their troops in here. General Commodus, I don't know, was, the reason this was because, General Commodus, got murdered by these rebels that were breaking away, and it was already a civil war here, but these guys just, decided to kill, to try to kill the president of the Spanish. Yeah, which these are a major city, but this is where the president was like located at that time. Exploring, exploring his colonies. I guess this would be like 1890, so I guess it would actually be episode 20. So yeah, these guys are going, yeah. But if we look, can I zoom out? If we look at the alliance layer here, We can see these guys are part of the Square Alliance. So the Square Alliance here will actually be helping out the Spanish in this major conflict. Well, not major conflict, like here, but this conflict down here because Spain wants to gain its colonies back, and they're actually doing a pretty good, successful job. But then something will happen that will make Spain a almost lose all of this land here. These guys will declare war on Spain, and it just happened randomly. So these guys weren't prepared at all for this to happen, and these guys will enter in their forces here and immediately do this and push along here. Uh, and we see them using their naval prowess just to take these islands here, and we are good to back into these lands here. I really hope I use that correctly. And then they're going to make a spearhead here towards this major city, which they are going to do successfully and basically and take it yeah, they're going to fully encircle and encompass this country here, yeah, which is going to cause massive problems. Well, do not America is actually kind of friends with Spain. And Spain and America, America was once a colony, let's say um Amsterdam. Well, it's a colony of Amsterdam. They broke away, and now one of the strongest nations to ever exist so far. So they are actually, and Spain actually helped America a lot. So they're going to be helping Spain a lot here. So America's going to send volunteer, troops. First time we are sending volunteer troops to the Subies. And they are going to go here. Also, the reason my voice sounds way different is because I just hear puberty. Just sucks, and also I'm getting like growing pains like every single second. My legs. But yeah, these guys are going to push downwards here. And as we can see, these guys will very quickly lose all of this. But while this was going on, these guys were able to push these Spanish forces out of their nation and call for a peace treaty. Dude, I hope whoever made this is a complete and utter cock. I did. I generally think these guys will. What? Okay, I don't know why that happens. But these guys will be getting on their land back, and in the peace treaty, nothing will be really happening, and Spain has to keep their colonies like this. And then there were like multiple tribes, like 100 tribes. And like they all gain independence, so they all look disgusting. So yeah, we're also going to be seeing there's something happening over here in Africa. Also, this kind of happened over a war. It's weird, but these guys are having major tensions again that might rise into a conflict. Now let's look at the old empire. Why do I have the old empire on this? Why are you asking stupid questions, you utter but yeah, these guys are part of the Circle Alliance, and we're doing something. Also, a part of the Circle Alliance is these guys. Even though these guys don't really like these guys hate these guys, which is why these guys decided to make a this economic alliance into a defensive alliance. The Square Team will does not fuck this. They don't. But they will be gaining one more member. But yeah, which will actually be, drumroll please, this new member is, uh, uh I haven't decided yet, you cuckoo. I'm just kidding, their new member is America. I kind of makes sense. Okay, yeah, okay, okay. Alright, okay, now let's do, yo, if this could like walk, please, yo. Boom. These guys are joining the Squirrel Alliance. And, since their involvement over here, and, helping Spain keep its colonies and everything, they will be accepted into the alliance as one of the most powerful nations in the alliance, which is leading to more and more tensions as the 20th century starts to roll around, and industrialization is becoming way more massive and way more hyped up. But a country will be forming here as a breakaway state. And this nation will be breaking away a from yeah, they're gonna be breaking away from these guys. I'm just kidding. Everybody's human from trade. These guys have been treated so horribly in Spain, that it seems like they should just be mass murdered at this point. That's what it seems like. I mean, yeah, it's starting to seem like they're being mass murdered by how much they hate the Spanish Empire, its colonial empire. These guys here will be gaining independence successfully. How? I don't know. I really don't know. Yeah, these guys will gain independence, and then it's also all the land they just claimed. Is also somehow like all part of one religion, and one ethnicity. Not just one ethnicity. There's like multiple ethnicities, but there's like one main ethnicity, which is let's say I don't even know what the name of this country. I don't even think we're gonna make this into a series. I think we're just gonna do like one part. You guys would like seeing more of this, I don't know, drop a subscribe, like, and hit that bell. Also, I forgot to ask that. If you enjoyed this scenario, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit that bell. I guess I. Well, yeah, these guys will gain their independence, which will hurt Spain's economy slightly, but not enough to, really hurt them. And the capital is actually going to be on a major city, and it's actually going to be right here. This is where the capital is going to be placed here. Yeah, which is pretty shocking. But another thing we'll see is the Spanish colonial empire is starting to, slowly collapse. They're having some small uprisings over here, some small uprisings in Africa, since these guys just declared independence. And there was a major country that used to exist as in these two colonies here that was actually majorly helping Africa. And there used to be like, okay, I guess what it was, like tons of countries in Africa that just got colonized. So yeah. The old empire. Let's go on to this guy. The old empire will be chilling. Then they had the Balkan Empire just got into a war with one of their own members. One of their own members of the Shovel Alliance. And this is kind of insane. I mean, dude, it's kind of like, what are we supposed to do? These guys will send their forces in here, going around here, also starting another offensive, here and here, and Russia will be kind of like, including your empire, kind of like, what the fuck? I mean, what are you supposed to do in this scenario? I mean, are you like supposed to help the attacks? I mean, it was going all fine until these guys just randomly declared, war on these guys. So, they're having some meetings about it, and they're like, well, there's nothing that said we can invade our own members. Maybe we should write that down. Maybe we should write that down for the future, So, yeah, it's gonna suck, bro. So yeah, these guys are going to push their forces Yeah, but the one being attacked will get a lot of funding, actually. Way more funding than these guys. And these guys are just coming on the siege of this major city. They're going to encircle and take, which really hurts the economy for these guys. Is they're gonna push here and continue pushing, and then something happens. These guys start using the first signs of machine guns. The first machine guns ever. Since like 1910. These guys are going to push and push back here. But this is the age of decolonization. This is when the age of decolonization begins. As these guys will push back these days, it's just guys here. They keep chilling. These guys had taken over tons of countries. And they will declare peace. These guys do not want to be in alliance, but they kind of have to. But this will begin the collapse of colonialism. First, we will see this happening over here in Spain, which will happen over here. These guys here will declare independence, and it's from the Spanish team. I literally just forgot Spain's. I forgot Spain. I forgot the country. Goddamn. These guys will officially declare independence, which Spain will not like that, We'll be like, okay, this is a civil war, Nothing bad will be happening. Really. Nothing bad really happening. Let me do this. Dude, if this doesn't work, I'm about to touch someone inappropriately. What do you mean by that, bro? What do you mean by that exactly? I'm gonna touch you. Yeah, these guys are going to declare independence. Let's give them these islands too, such as basically shit on them. But this is not the only country that's going to be gaining independence. You will see a very light blue nation over here gain independence, and it's a pretty big nation. These guys were like, yo, we should all unite together just to stop the Spanish from, taking over all of us. And then once the war's over, we should just y'all unite, unless we don't want to. The leader of the Cuban state says, or the Cuban colony says. And yeah, it goes pretty successful in the vote. And these guys are going to declare their independence. But this guy over here is also going to declare their independence. So all these Spanish colonies are like, sure, that's great, bro. It's over. It's over. You might as well call it quits while you're ahead. Might as well call it quits while you're ahead, bro. Gang, whoever made this is a complete cuck. Sorry, YouTube. I'm sorry. Also, this stuff you'll be America's gonna claim as theirs. Yeah, America's gonna claim this as theirs. And the Bahamas are gonna, with the Bahamas, with like the Bahamas, dude, Strawberry, not right now. Strawberry, you're just not right now, bro. How long has it been? Please don't tell me it's been 30 minutes. It's been 18 minutes. Holy shit. I mean, Strawberry. No, not right now. Dude, Strawberry, I'm gonna touch you. I'm gonna. It's actually a horrible thing. Maybe I should rephrase that. I'm not. I'm gonna touch you. Actually, that's a cat. I don't know what to say. I don't know. I don't know. I don't even. It's not a human. I mean, dude, this guy needs to stop. Stop biting my computer. Oh, that was bad. That was bad. That was really bad. We got all these Spanish colonies just broke away. And this over here. Gang. Where's she stop? Bro, you're corny as hell. You might as well join it while you're at, bro. These guys over here will declare their independence, and Spain just might as well just end it, bro. Gang, okay, no. That's not what we're doing. We're not gonna put. Gang, why are you so electrocuted? Holy shit. You're shocking me, dude. Are you just electricity? Dude, you're literally electricity. And this country here will make a comeback. This nation right here will declare all their old territories to come back. This will cause massive problems in between these guys. And yeah, as all these territories here had to be split up. Ah, you thought I would see you, Bucko. Yeah, buddy. These guys will do this. And they also had some territories over here. Before we do that, we're gonna give all of this over to these guys here, as this was also a part of their territories always back when they used to exist in the lower. If you guys want to make more about this, you guys can. It just could probably just gonna be one episode. Yeah, this is gonna be boring. No one's watching this, right, guys? Let's add special effects. Yeah, 21 minutes. Yeah, it's gonna have to be 2 months actually. I can't do all this. Stinks. Yeah, these guys have tons of territory, as this is all the territorial lands that they will, immediately push Libyans back for. And they will just say, yeah, boy, you can just have it. You can just have it, gang. Just take it, bro. I mean, you were the strong, you kept us together in times were hard. Times were sticky. Whoa! We got let's do this. Libya will have their some of their territories back, but they will be losing a tons of land. Okay, let's zoom out here. And no, this is not the African Union. I just got inspired. This looks exactly like the African Union. You're just copying us, bro. You got the old empire, bro. You got the same exact Russian empire. You got the same